Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Awesemo.com lineup building show, sponsored by FanUp. I'm going to be building 3 FanDuel lineups for the conference finals this week. It is a little bit of a tough week to get an edge by playing the best players because at this point, we all know who those are. Someone would be really trying to work some game theory here. One thing I've noticed about FanDuel this week is you can kind of punt a player completely. So, I noticed that, for instance, Kyle Juszczyk, I know he's like a favorite punt play in the playoffs, but he actually has a 10% chance of being optimal on FanDuel. And that's because, there just aren't very many cheap players. So, he's about the cheapest that you can play. So I think that that's kind of an interesting strategy. Maybe Demarcus Robinson and Van Jefferson kind of fill that same need because on FanDuel, I think that it seems like everyone's gonna not avoid some of these guys, but it is a viable strategy to just load up your lineup with really good players and work the salary cap to an advantage where maybe people won't have that cheap guy. So let's start off with the chalk stack. The Chiefs should be a great game versus the Bengals. Honestly, you can really play any of these guys, but Pringle is always solid. Hardman actually, maybe 10% owned is a little bit high. I actually don't mind pivoting to Demarcus Robinson at that at that price point for half the ownership. He plays more snaps than Hardman anyway. All right, and then we are kind of limited to a certain number of players per team. So I kind of am regretting this because I do want to get Jerick McKinnon in this lineup because I don't really want to play a game script with Mixon where Cincinnati's putting up a lot of points in the ground. I just don't see that as incredibly likely. So let's throw in some pass catchers for Cincinnati. It looks like Higgins is probably the best price and the highest owned, so that could be a reason why maybe we go with Chase or Boyd. Game 2, I want to take a stand on one of these teams for the running back. I could throw in Juszczyk. Let's try a lineup with Juszczyk just for fun. I think that he actually has been playing more this year. So if you got a touchdown, which is definitely in the range of outcomes, then 4,500, that could win you a slate, even if he gets 7 points. So, all right, let's. Our strategy here is really to jam in some of the top players, so that. Oops, I clicked the wrong button here. We need a lot of salary relief in this lineup. So 49ers D, and then we got 5,200 left. We can fit Van Jefferson in here. So value ranking is in the middle. Contrarian ranking is very high. So this lineup actually seems to be pretty successful in achieving some differentiation. All right, guys, lineup 2. First, I want to mention FanUp, our sponsor. They're a new DFS platform, and they have contests for NFL, NBA. I found a lot of these smaller platforms are easy pickings, basically, because everyone's kind of a newbie to the format. Everyone's learning at the same time, and some of those higher volume guys don't necessarily go over there. FanUp is using they're giving away $20 free with no deposit required using the promo code Awesemo. So they're giving you $20 to try it out. That's $20 that I'd be willing to accept. So go to the App Store, download FanUp, and use the promo code Awesemo. All right, let's build a RAM stack. So I think that Stafford, obviously, very solid. I do really think if you don't have Cup in a RAM stack, that might be getting a little bit too fancy. And I kind of feel like going Akers instead of Mitchell in a RAM stack does make sense. He does run a good amount of routes. And maybe we can even double down on this, go with the Rams defense, and play that San Francisco just has a slow day. More that seems like a pretty reasonable outcome. Their team total is only 21. All right, so then because I have Stafford and not too many pass catchers, I probably want to split exposure between the other three teams pretty evenly. So I think Higgins makes a lot of sense in this particular lineup. We could go with Mixon. We can go with Kelsey. We could go with Kittle. Kittle versus the defense is fine. I think yeah. All right, and then 5,800 left per player. Let's get a Chief in there. So let's get. I think we don't have too much money for these guys, so let's go Pringle. And 6K, we got Boyd. So this lineup, 118 projection compared to 108 for the last one. A very high projection. And I'm hoping that the pairing of Stafford and the Rams defense will be a little bit less popular than you might expect, because people, they don't love, like, first of all, the defense takes that fourth spot from the team. So that's a spot that could go to a stack. And then people also don't love playing quarterbacks and expecting them to win handily. So I think this could be an interesting strategy. I have 3. Let's go with the 49er stack here. If Jimmy G is the top scoring stack with the 49ers, which we have projected at 8% of the time on our top stacks tool, that probably means that none of the other teams did great in Jimmy G. We could go with Kittle and Debo. I think that both of those guys, if they do well, Jimmy G will probably be in the winning lineup. Since 49ers are a run-first team, it does make sense to run this back with Cam Akers instead of going with Eli Mitchell, because if San Francisco has a lot of rushing attempts, that probably means they're winning, and Jimmy G is less likely to succeed. All right. So, and then we can go with Mixon in this. Honestly, Mixon or McKinnon, either one is totally fine. And then, honestly, okay, we got our stack. Let's go with the 49ers. I don't know if I want the defense versus Cam Akers, but it is a short slate. We're just, let's go with the Bengals defense with Mixon. Just play that. I know that the Bengals are going to be really low owned here, and they're really cheap. So that kind of creates this world where maybe they're optimal, even if they don't put up a monster score. Let's take a Tyreek Hill. I think the Chiefs are probably going to put up a good amount of fantasy points regardless. So kind of banking on just the team had the Chiefs. One guy does pretty well, and the other guys have a little bit of a rough day. Very possible. All right, so we got 13,900. This is a little bit tricky because you can't go with Cooper Kupp. There's not enough money left for 2 players, so maybe we go with Jamar Chase, and we got 5,900 left. That will get us Tyler Higbee, and going to double tight end will make our lineup a little bit less likely to be duplicated, I think. All right, guys. Hope this gives you some ideas for how to play these conference finals DFS tournaments, and let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to check out our sponsor, FanUp. They're giving $20 free with the promo code Awesemo. What happens once you sign up? They'll give you 2,000 player points, which are just as good as money on their site. And go to the App Store, hit up FanUp, and try their DFS contests. All right, guys, good luck. And if you can like and subscribe on the way out, much appreciated.